At ease, it's your boy Soul Immortal. When we think about the consequences of marriage, we think about divorce, we think about alimony, child support, separations, court costs, things of this nature. But these issues are surface level. The real consequence of marriage is much deeper than that. Let's talk about it. Now, when I say the word marriage, I'm not talking about the $50,000 wedding. I'm not talking about the honeymoon that you take to Fiji. I'm not even talking about the certificates that's signed down at the courthouse. When I say marriage, I'm talking about something completely different. You know, whenever you have a man that takes his time and energy and he directs a portion of that towards a woman, you know, whatever you have a woman that takes her emotions and love or whatever and directs that toward a man, and the two come together and they're sexually active and there's some level of commitment, you know, that's a marriage. That's the truest form of marriage. And what does the good book say about such a union? It says, and the two shall become one flesh. So then they are no longer two, but one flesh. This, my brothers, is the greatest consequence of marriage. Allow me to elaborate. Say, for example, you have a nice glass of iced tea. You know, this tea serves its purpose. On, you know, a hot summer day, it can cool you off, it can hydrate you. It has value, it has purpose, right? Now, on the other hand, let's say you have a bottle of bleach. This bleach has just as much value. You know, it can keep your whites white, it can disinfect your counters. But what happens when you mix the two of these together? You get a concoction that's absolutely worthless. This is what people are doing. What we're seeing in society is a mass of people who are mixing tea with bleach. In other words, people that aren't vibrating on the same frequency are getting together and trying to force it to work. See, what we have is a large amount of men that are going out, you know, hunting down the women with the biggest thighs. What we have is the majority of women going out looking for the guy with the deepest pockets. But what nobody is saying to themselves is, hey, I'm about to take part of who I am and give that up to be half of what this person is. In other words, the way this person vibrates, the way this person thinks, the way this person feels, the way this person lives, you're about to take on half of that, and nobody is factoring that in. Now, there are two sides to every coin, right? There are advantages to this. That is the beautiful thing about two people coming together. And I talk about that quite often when I refer to the book Outwitting the Devil by Neville Goddard. I talked about when Neville Goddard hit such a level of consciousness and didn't know why. And this source that he was talking to said, hey, it's because of your wife. Like, that's why you're so enlightened, because you two are vibrating on the same frequency. But what happens when that woman that just happened to wear that nice sundress that fit right? What happens when that guy that pulled up in that foreign that you chose? What happened when you realize that they aren't vibrating where you thought they were? I'll tell you what happens. Those goals you had, those aspirations, that degree you wanted to get, that book you wanted to write, that YouTube channel, it's going down the drain. See, the greatest consequence of marriage is not losing a spouse, it's not losing money, it's not losing custody. The greatest consequence is losing yourself. Now, people think Soul Immortal is anti-relationship, and I'm not anti-relationship. Matter of fact, on several occasions you've heard me say it's much better for a man to find one woman than to go and spread his seed throughout the earth. I've said that several times, and I still believe that. You know, I'm not anti-relationship at all. But there is one thing that's commonly said that I disagree with when it comes to relationships. You know, you always hear people talk about compromise. You know, when two people, you know, come together, there has to be compromise in life. And that's the one thing I disagree with. Now, when I talk about compromise, I'm not talking about, you know, you want chicken, I want fish, so let's go to like Chili's, Applebee's, and meet in the middle. I'm talking about true compromise. I'm talking about compromising who I am or who the other person is. You know, when I have my ideas, my beliefs, my morals, my values, that's something that a person should never compromise. Once a person is willing to compromise on who they are, once a person is willing to negotiate on what parts of themselves they can or cannot keep, that they've lost themselves. And before a person gets in that situation, they're much better off being single. So again, the greatest consequence of marriage is losing yourself. It's your boy Soul Immortal, and I'm out.